Next up, let's take a look at property taxes. This is probably one of the most confusing topics for everyone moving here, even Idahoans. So I'm going to break it down for you as best I can, as succinctly as I can. But Idaho is on a levy-based system. So here's how it works. Every city sets its own budget, and then they take that budget and divide it by the number of taxable properties in that city, and that is the levy rate. Then what happens next is they will take that levy rate and multiply that by your assessed value of your home. Now, that's different from an appraised value. Assessed is what the county does. They say, hey, I think that your property is worth this amount of money versus what it sold for or what it appraises for. Idaho is a non-disclosure state, so the county doesn't actually see what your home sold for. Chances are your home is going to be assessed lower than what you actually paid for it. If it's not, you can go back to them, say, hey, this is what I paid for it, here's comparable sales, and work with them to get it adjusted down. There's also a homeowner's exemption. If you live in the home as your primary residence, then you can knock off basically $125,000 off the assessed value of your home. So for instance, let's just say you bought a $600,000 home, you can then knock $125,000 off of that, assuming it was assessed for that. So you're basically only being taxed on $475,000. So your effective tax rate will be lower. Now the levy rate is going to vary throughout the Treasure Valley. You're gonna find that Eagle is the lowest property tax, even though it has the highest median price at $1 million. And then you've got Meridian, and then it's gonna vary throughout the valley. So briefly, we'll go over what those are. In Eagle, you're gonna be at about a 0.44% property tax. In Meridian, you're gonna be about 0.54% property tax. In Star, you're going to be at about 0.43 to 0.52. It's called about 0.5%. Boise is going to be a little bit higher, right around 0.95%. Also in Harris Ranch, there is a CID or Community Improvement District tax, which is kind of like what you have Melrose in California. It's going to add a little bit to your property taxes there as well. Now, some unique pockets like Dry Creek Ranch, which is a Boise Hunter Homes community, lower taxes there, even though it's technically Boise. That's at 0.44% because they're basically feeding off a lot of the Eagle infrastructure. Hidden Springs, which is also unincorporated Boise, is 0.74%. When you get into Canyon County, it's going to vary quite a bit, anywhere from as low as 0.44 up to about 1%. On average, what I see is about 0.75% or 0.75%. Now, for instance, this is my actual property tax bill. Of course, this is paid through an impound account through escrow, but my effective tax rate is about 0.6%. So I'm only paying about $1,800 per year. And it does vary quite a bit every single year, depending on the assessed value and the budget. So it does go up and down every single year. Now, you can go into the county websites and see for a specific property that you're looking at what that tax rate currently is. So for instance, I have a couple screenshots here of some properties that are available on the MLS right now, and you can see what their effective levy tax rate is at the very bottom of the screen. It's that long number there, but basically, for instance, 0.57%. So it's very easy to see what your approximate tax rate is going to be. And you can see, as you go into the assessed values of the years here, you can see how the property taxes have changed year to year and how the values have changed a bit as well.